TV shopping can be overwhelming at times. In fact, trying to find a 4K TV with HDR supports and 120 Hz refresh rate on the panel and coming at under $1,000 can be a royal pain in the... Luckily, you got me, and I got Hisense, who not only sent me one of the best sub $1,000 TVs on the market, but they also sponsored this video. So what's the name of it? This is the Hisense H9D Plus. Cosmetically, you're looking at a 65-inch, 71-pound rock-solid TV. Solid as in, the back exterior is made of a brushed metal and features thick metallic feet that can be detached for wall mounting. Now, I'm not a huge TV guy. I haven't owned every single TV, I haven't touched every single TV or seen every single TV, and I can't list every specification of every TV off the top of my head. But what I can tell you is, I've owned a few TVs in my day, and the build quality on the H9D Plus blew me away, especially when you factor in the price. The backside has various ports, including 4 HDMI ports, with 2 being able to output a 4K 60Hz signal. You have 3 USB ports with 5-volt power out, and various other ports for all your connection needs. On the front, there's a 65-inch, 120Hz 4K display with HDR10 support and 480 smooth motion. It's an edge-lit panel that features local dimming zones, which should increase the contrast for darker blacks and an overall richer image. How you really like it? The H9D Plus is a fantastic TV, at least in my personal experience. I mean, I've watched TV shows and movies and played games on it, and honestly, I haven't been disappointed. Of course, for less than $1,000, you're not gonna get a panel that's gonna make your eyeballs bulge out, and you're gonna have to go into the settings and really fine-tune some of the customization options to really dial in the image, but once you do, the colors are nice and vibrant, contrast is rich with great blacks considering this is an LCD panel, the viewing angles are spot on, and though the panel isn't the brightest, I personally never had an issue with visibility. On top of that, the native refresh rate makes the gaming experience top-notch. In fact, if you're playing games optimized for HDR content and faster frame rates, you will definitely notice a difference when compared to a lesser spec TV. With the smooth motion options, it's possible to make fast motion look like butter. I typically just keep these settings turned off. It's not that they work bad or anything like that. I just don't like all the fast motion. Like, I barely like 30 frames per second, let alone 60 or anything higher than that. I'm a huge fan of like the 24p cinema standard that, you know, most movies are recorded in. In fact, the H9D Plus has a 24 frames per second mode that you can enable. That way, whenever you're watching your favorite TV show or movie, it's actually gonna play back in like a cinema standard, which is pretty cool. Something that I haven't seen on any other TV. The smart apps are a great addition and incredibly useful for people that don't have a streaming device. The overall interface functions very smoothly and the layout is easy enough for the first-time smart TV buyer. And if you're worried about having enough 4K content to justify the purchase of a 4K TV, don't be. The H9D Plus actually has a 4K upscaler, so anything that you watch that is in 1080p will actually be upscaled to 4K by adding sharpness and color and contrast, so on and so forth, in order to make the viewing experience almost like 1080p is 4K. Impressive. I mean, for real though, even the remote is legit. I mean, all jokes aside, the remote has a simplistic layout and a great build behind it, which really should say something. The speakers get nice and loud. In fact, I couldn't even crank this up past 50%, since around 20 to 25 is loud enough for me and my environment. My only gripe would be the lack of bass, but for onboard speakers, I think most will find them completely acceptable. So what do I really think? It's simple. The H9D Plus is easily one of the best sub $1,000 TVs that you can currently buy on the market. You're getting a ton of features for $999, including 4K resolution, HDR10 support, 120Hz refresh rate on the panel, plus smooth motion 480, smart apps built into the TV in case you don't have a streaming device, plus much, much more. And on top of that, you're getting it all in a very well constructed TV with a pristine picture and a great sound system. What more could you ask for? So make sure you check it out. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. If you're new here, stick around by subscribing. If you're not new here, or if you're new here, I guess it doesn't matter which, make sure you click that bell icon so you can be alerted when more awesome content drops. If you have any questions, leave them down below in a comment or hit me up on social, as I do respond faster there. And also I post behind the scenes and random stuff. Definitely follow me on social. It's just an awesome thing to do. And of course, I'll talk to you in the next video.